Live exclusively on DAZN. A champion with a disputed crown. A self-proclaimed king without a throne. Vegas crowns champions. Barrios versus Garcia, February 21st. Enter the promo code at checkout to get an exclusive discount on the pay-per-view when bought with a DAZN subscription. Rules and restrictions apply.
Fight fam, this is Ryan, founder of Boxing Gems. This is the breakdown of Antuanne Russell versus Andy Hiraoka. The full film study is on Patreon for those interested in the visual receipts behind the analysis you're about to hear. I know seeing is believing. With that out the way, let's get into it. Against southpaws, Heroka operates from a range-first system. His wide stance, low hands, and preference for step-back movement all serve one purpose: maintain space long enough to control when exchanges begin and end. He attempts to win first with the jab, then build toward first and last through traps. A common sequence is step-back jab trap or jab, retreat, then counter the pursuit with mainly a lead hook. Pull counters and step-back rear hands serve the same logic. They punish opponents who overextend into range. Most of his exchanges are designed to be short. He rarely seeks prolonged interaction. When exchanges threaten to extend, he defaults to straight-line retreat or occasional clinching to restore distance. His power ensures that opponents can't chase recklessly, but the system's stability depends on being able to reset after contact. The structure carries built-in liabilities. Straight-line retreats preserve alignment and allow pressure fighters to follow. His hands are relatively low and his defensive responsibility while punching is inconsistent, which exposes him to counters, particularly the 2-1 while backing up. He'll also sometimes tend to reach with the rear hand when leading, exposing himself to more counters. In short, Heroka is most comfortable when the fight remains a sequence of isolated exchanges separated by clear space. Antuanne Russell represents the opposite philosophy. He fights from a high guard or conventional guard with a semi-wide, slightly squared stance that supports forward pressure and physical control. His system is not built to avoid exchanges but to prolong them. Russell uses multi-jab penetration steps and level change entries to close distance safely. Rather than throwing a single probing jab, he often layers multiple touches to prevent the opponent from timing a clean counter. Once inside the mid-range, he applies volume, body work, and positional pressure to keep interaction alive. He thrives in first and last because he is comfortable initiating, absorbing the response, and finishing the exchange before forcing the opponent to continue operating under duress. His physicality allows him to control positioning at mid-range to inside, where space is limited and defensive reactions become more difficult. Unlike Heroka, Russell doesn't rely on distance resets. He relies on sustained presence. Because both fighters are southpaws, this is a closed stance matchup. There is no natural lead foot placement advantage or impediment as an orthodox versus southpaw contest, so the skills to control range and forward pressure will be more pronounced than decisive. Heroka's reach advantage becomes meaningful only if he can maintain distance. Russell's shorter reach matters only if he must operate at long range. The geometry itself does not dictate the winner, the management of space likely does. Early rounds are likely to revolve around Heroka's jab. If he can land it cleanly and step away before Russell closes the gap, he controls initiation. Each successful jab that ends with restored distance reinforces his preferred environment. Russell's task is to deny the reset. Multi-jab entries and level changes are designed precisely to defeat single-beat counters and pull shots. Even if the first jab lands, Russell's goal is to remain in position to initiate again immediately, converting isolated exchanges into continuous pressure. If Heroka is forced to retreat after landing rather than disengaging on his own terms, his first becomes less valuable. He'd be scoring without controlling. Short exchanges favor Heroka. They allow him to exploit his timing, reach, and power while minimizing defensive exposure. Long exchanges favor Russell. They force Heroka to defend repeatedly, often while moving backwards, whereas low hands become liabilities. Straight line retreats compound the problem. As Russell advances, Heroka may find himself backing up faster than he can pivot or angle off. Once the ropes approach, the option to terminate with spacing disappears. Clinching may buy time, but it also concedes positional control. Inside exchanges amplify Russell's advantages. His high guard absorbs shots while his volume and physical presence create work that judges notice. Heroka's system, built around distance, has fewer tools for sustained close-range contact. Despite the structural pressure, approaching Heroka is not without danger. Repetitive double and triple jab entries can be timed. Also, Russell occasionally throws single jabs from mid-range, a momentary lapse in his otherwise layered entry. Those isolated initiations are precisely what Heroka's traps target. A clean step-back cross or a hook against an overreaching jab could produce meaningful damage. His punching power ensures that Russell must remain disciplined. Reckless pursuit could turn the fight abruptly. The matchup ultimately resolves into a question of permission. Heroka needs space to operate. Russell's system is designed to remove it. If Heroka can keep exchanges discreet, strike, reset, repeat, the fight remains in his domain. If Russell converts those exchanges into continuous pressure, forcing Heroka to fight while retreating or pinned, the balance shifts dramatically. Neither fighter needs to change style to win. Each must simply prevent the other from imposing his preferred exchange environment. One system survives by staying away, the other survives by staying close. Whichever condition becomes permanent will decide the fight. Fight fam. Boxing is called the sweet science for a reason. Every slip, every counter, every trap, it's all hidden in the details. At Boxing Gems, we break down those details frame by frame so fans can see the art behind the fight. If you enjoy our YouTube film studies and want to go deeper down the rabbit hole, Patreon is the place. It helps us keep producing high-quality breakdowns without worrying about algorithms, and it gives you exclusive access to the content that can't make it on the YouTube. Get extended live stream breakdowns with more detail and analysis. Ask your own questions in the 24/7 chats, decide what fights or fighters we cover, and get personalized private analysis. Your support means we can keep studying the sport we love and showing why boxing is the most beautiful science. Join the Boxing Gems community on Patreon and let's keep breaking down the fight game together. This is Ryan, professional boxing analyst and founder of Boxing Gems Film Study. Film don't lie.